Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, when we talk about the Cleveland Browns, we're not just talking about a team with a storied history in the NFL. We're talking about a franchise that's been through its ups and downs, its moments of glory, and periods of rebuilding and uncertainty. Right now, as we approach the 2024 season, there's a real buzz in the air, and it's all centered around a name that few saw coming so quickly: Shedeur Sanders. Yes, that's right. The former Colorado star, who surprisingly fell all the way to the 5th round in the 2025 NFL Draft, is already making headlines, and not just among Browns fans. No, his recent highlight reel has caught the attention of NFL insiders, former players, and even non-football celebrities. You see, Shedeur Sanders, at just 23 years old, has been turning heads way beyond what most expected after his draft day. Sure, many analysts predicted he'd need time to develop, and in some ways, that's still the case. But what's undeniable is the talent, the arm strength, and the pure playmaking ability he's been showcasing during off-season minicamps. And folks, it's not just talk. There's video evidence to back this up, and that's what's fueling the excitement among Browns fans and the broader NFL community. Just recently, a video surfaced from the team's minicamp drills, a clip that's gone viral on social media, and when you see it, you understand why. In this clip, Shedeur Sanders unleashes a 75-yard missile during a 7-on-7 drill. That's right, a 75-yard dime that travels with precision, velocity, and perfect placement. It was a practice highlight, but for anyone watching, it felt like a real game-changing play. Sanders throws a pinpoint pass to Gage Larvadain, a wide receiver who just manages to get behind the secondary, and with no one in his way, cruises into the end zone for a touchdown. That kind of play, that kind of arm talent, is what gets fans talking, and it's exactly what Browns supporters have been craving after a couple of seasons that left them longing for excitement and a new identity on offense. What's even more impressive is the reaction from outside the NFL bubble. The legendary Shaquille O'Neal, yes, the four-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer, shared a video of Sanders' incredible throw on his Instagram stories. Now, Shaq isn't exactly a diehard Browns fan, nor is he known for being a football expert. His sports interests are broad, and he's more of a basketball guy. But even he couldn't help but be impressed. Watching that video, Shaq simply left it without a caption, just a simple share, but the message was clear. Even a basketball giant like Shaq was wowed by Sanders' arm talent. That's a huge endorsement, folks. It's one of those moments where you realize this young quarterback might be more than just a project. He might be a real game changer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Shedeur Sanders isn't expected to be the starting quarterback right away, and he certainly isn't being billed as a Rookie of the Year candidate at this point. The NFL is a different beast, and the Browns have a seasoned starter in Deshaun Watson. But what's clear is that Sanders has caught the eye of head coach Kevin Stefanski. If you've been following the Browns, you know Stefanski is a coach who values leadership, accuracy, and football IQ, qualities that Sanders has shown during off-season workouts. The Browns' coaching staff isn't rushing him, but they're certainly giving him opportunities to show what he can do, and it's paying off. In fact, Stefanski has been singing Sanders' praises, saying that he's impressed with his work ethic, his ability to learn quickly, and his arm talent. And that's not just coach speak. It's a signal that the Browns see potential in this young QB, maybe not for this season to be the starter, but for the future. The beauty of this situation is that Sanders is a rookie who's already making an impact, and he's doing it in a way that energizes the entire team and fan base. The competition at quarterback is open, and while Deshaun Watson is still the guy in Cleveland, the emergence of Sanders as a legitimate secondary option adds a new layer of excitement and strategic depth to the Browns' offense. But let's dig into what this means for the Browns' overall outlook. Cleveland, historically, has been a team with a strong defense, a passionate fan base, and a tradition of resilience. However, their offensive consistency has often been a question mark. The addition of a young, talented quarterback like Sanders, even if only as a backup or developmental player initially, could be a catalyst for change. The Browns have been working to build a balanced team, and with the offensive line, skill position players, and now a potential dynamic playmaker behind center, the pieces are starting to come together. Remember, Cleveland has a rich history of playoff appearances, and fans are eager to see them return to postseason glory, possibly even challenging for a deep run in the AFC. This season, the expectations are cautiously optimistic. The Browns aren't necessarily favored to win the division or make a Super Bowl run right out of the gate, but the potential is there. The defense remains one of the league's best, with stars like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward anchoring the unit. The offense has talented weapons such as Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and a solid running game led by Nick Chubb. But what could take this team to the next level is the development of their quarterback room, especially if Sanders continues to impress during training camp and preseason. And don't forget, Cleveland has a passionate fan base that's been waiting for a reason to believe again. And that reason might just be this young quarterback with a rocket arm and a cool head under pressure. Now, moving into the more technical side of things, Sanders' college career at Colorado showed flashes of brilliance, but he also faced criticism about consistency and decision-making. Yet his physical tools are undeniable. His arm strength, his ability to throw on the run, and his athleticism make him a rare talent. The NFL is a different ballgame, of course, and he'll need to adapt quickly. But the Browns' coaching staff appears to be confident in his development. They've been working with him on reading defenses, making quicker decisions, and improving his footwork. The offseason has been about laying a foundation, and early reports suggest he's relishing the challenge. What does this all mean for the AFC North? Well, right now, the division looks competitive as ever. The Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and Pittsburgh Steelers are all formidable opponents, each with their own strengths. The Ravens, for example, have Lamar Jackson, a dual-threat quarterback who can beat you with his legs and arm. The Bengals have Joe Burrow, who's emerging as one of the league's top quarterbacks. The Steelers, led by Kenny Pickett, are also looking to rebound after a tough 2023. In this landscape, any edge, any unexpected development can shift the balance of power. So a young quarterback like Sanders, showing flashes of brilliance, could be the wild card that tips the scales in favor of Cleveland, or at least keeps the division competitive deep into the season. And while we're talking about expectations, it's important to temper them. Sanders is still a rookie, and rookies often take time to adjust to the speed and complexity of the NFL. But what's exciting is the potential, the raw talent, and the fact that he's already turning heads in minicamp. For Browns fans, that's enough to get excited about. It's about building hope and trust in the process, knowing that the team is investing in young talent that might one day lead them to the promised land. Looking back at Cleveland's recent history, the team has seen its share of heartbreaks and near misses. The 2020 season, with that incredible playoff run, reignited the passion of fans who had waited for a moment like that for decades. Since then, the team has been aiming to rebuild that momentum, and the addition of a talented young quarterback only fuels that fire. The Browns are also investing in their defense, which remains one of the league's most formidable units, and their offensive line, which has been a pillar of stability. But the big question now is, can Sanders develop quickly enough to be a factor this season, even if not as a starter? Can he push the established veterans and earn a role that could shape the team's future? And let's not forget the importance of the fan base in Cleveland. Browns fans are some of the most passionate, loyal, and patient in the league. They've seen the highs and lows, from the glory days of the 1980s and early 2000s to the heartbreak of playoff misses and quarterback roller coasters. But what's clear is that they're hungry for a new chapter, for a young star who can carry the torch. Sanders' recent highlights, his work ethic, and the buzz around minicamp are giving fans hope that maybe this is the start of something special. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, there are plenty of storylines to follow. Will Sanders continue to impress? Will he get a shot in meaningful games? How will the Browns' offense evolve with this new weapon in the fold? And what about the division rivals? The AFC North is always a grind, with physical, hard-nosed football and competitive quarterbacks. But Cleveland's latest addition has the potential to shake things up, to introduce a new element of unpredictability. In the end, Browns fans should be proud of what's happening right now. Their team is on the cusp of something exciting, and a young quarterback with a cannon for an arm is at the center of it all. The season is still a few months away, but the energy is palpable. The hope is alive, and Shedeur Sanders might just be the spark that ignites a new era in Cleveland. So, stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the best is yet to come. The Browns are back in the conversation, and with a little luck, a lot of hard work, and a young star shining bright, they might be heading toward a historic season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Do you believe Sanders can develop into a starter sooner rather than later? Are you excited about the potential he's showing, or do you think there's still a lot of work to do before he can truly be a game changer? Whatever your thoughts are, we want to hear them, because this is a community, a family that shares the passion for this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more analysis about the Cleveland Browns, so stay tuned. The season might be a little far off, but the excitement is already building. Cleveland fans, let's keep the faith, keep the hope, and get ready for what promises to be an unforgettable ride.